November is a month to explore our emotions and process unfinished business from the past, but somehow your inner Saturn kicked in and shifted that energy toward your career. This is still Scorpio season, and this one supercharged with the three of the inner planets forming a stellium in the sign: Mars, Mercury, and the Sun. It's time to take a good look at your present and ask yourself what you can do to make it better. Aquarius naturally has a keen eye for what needs to be improved upon. Yet, there is a tendency to be disconnected from what needs to feel better. Don't worry, though, Scorpio season is here for that. Through the first weeks of the month, you will have Mars squaring Saturn in your first house. This can cause a little friction between the way you view yourself and how the public sees you, especially at work. At this point, you may ask yourself if your career has been a source of joy or terror. If you have been feeling unfulfilled in any way, this is the time to take action on ways to make that change. This is not suggesting that you pack your things, leave your job and go live somewhere far on top of a mountain, but at least something has to be done. There's a chance you may be dealing with authority issues at work. In that case, the best thing to do is look for other people who have the same problems and make an action plan together. Whatever the challenges made manifest through this transit may be, it's best to discuss it with somebody to avoid getting wrapped up in nonsensical arguments. The new moon this month will be opposing Uranus in your 4th house. This continues the narrative from the Saturn and Mars square, as the moon is also in the 10th house. The good news is that this is the beginning of a new cycle, but one that you must tread with caution and patience. It's important not to let your work life spill into your home life. There's a high chase for impulsivity and outbursts, so you'll have to make an extra effort to ground yourself. Journaling can be a fantastic tool to deal with the stresses from the last transit, so that during this moon, you can focus on moving forward instead of replaying arguments in your head. Uranus may make you inclined to make life-altering decisions, so be sure to think twice before you act. The full moon this month will be a lunar eclipse, bringing an ecliptical cycle that started in September of last year to an end. This is happening in your 5th house of pleasure and entertainment. There might have been a drought in this area of your life despite your efforts to make things flourish. Since these eclipses have been happening in Gemini and Sagittarius, the intent here is to make you explore new avenues to find distinct sources for joyous adventures. There's a chance this eclipse is coming to shine a light on a childhood hobby that you've abandoned. It may be time for you to revisit your old interests, as they may become a new source of excitement in your life. This will be very much needed with the many shifts the world will be going through at this time. Reconnecting to a time when things were simpler will teach you how to bring that simplicity to the present. Venus will also be trine with Uranus on the same day as the eclipse. This will connect both your 4th and 12th house in support of one another. When Venus transits through the 12th, the central theme is finding beauty in mysterious places. Uranus added to the mix, you get a tinge of rebellion and independent thinking that makes for a playful taste for mischief. This may be silly and quite symbolic, but there's almost an air of trickery that comes with the transit. It may be a time where you feel inclined to cheat the system and make advances behind the curtains. Just make sure you're not doing anything extreme, and you shouldn't be worried about getting caught. The month comes to a close with a Mercury Cazimi in Sagittarius, setting a hopeful tone for the year to come. This transit is happening in your house of friendships and community. This is a time to reconnect with your friends and share profound ideas. This marks the beginning of a cycle of deeper connection and mutual understanding. Mercury in Sagittarius helps you find meaningful relationships that make you see the world in a different light. Thank you so much for watching. Please give us a thumb up if you liked the video. Subscribe our YouTube channel not to miss the next video horoscope. Visit our website GoToHoroscope.com, where you can find actual horoscope for today. Download our apps from Google Play and App Store to have your daily horoscope always on hand.